Did you know that identifying and controlling hazards is not enough to effectively reduce risk in operations? My name is Dr. Marcin Nazaruk, and I would like you to join me to reimagine how we assess risk. Failure to recognize hazards is a common root cause in accident investigations. Leaders often ask, how did they not see that hazard? If only they were more aware of hazards, we wouldn't have accidents. And there is place for that question. However, identifying hazards is a skill and not an easy one to that. In one study, the best frontline operators missed half of the existing hazards. When we conduct a job risk assessment, we typically focus on hazards and controls. For example, when working on an electric panel, we could point to the electricity as a hazard. Controls could include lockout tagout or training. However, error traps like electric cabinets looking the same, a mismatch between the technical drawing and the locations of the panels, or an out-of-date procedure, they all increase the risk of error or non-compliance, but would not be included in a typical risk assessment because they are not a source of harm in the same way as electricity is, even though these things do increase the risk of failure. For example, even when the electric panel is isolated correctly, if the worker, by mistake, starts working on the wrong panel because the panels look the same, they could get hurt, and so the original control was not sufficient. Identifying error traps requires expanding our risk assessment toolkit. We can now engage the workers to give us insight into various aspects of risk assessment through tools such as error trap hunts, procedure reviews, task walkthroughs. So we need to find a way to integrate error traps into the risk assessment process and enable our teams to find them and address them. Our Reimagine risk assessment program helps large organizations update the risk assessment process and upskill key personnel to start seeing aspects of risk that had not been visible before. So, if you feel that your risk assessment is due for an upgrade, and you want to help the front line to see more hazards, error traps, and improve risk perception, get in touch.